What's going on, guys? Jay the Black here. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I got to talk about this story. It's been sent to me by numerous people, and I want to really address it and talk about how, society doesn't care about young boys. The only time they care about the life of a young boy is if it's taken by a police officer, especially if it's a black boy's life taken by a police officer. But that's besides the point. You have this weird predator by the name of Andrea Serrano. This woman is 30 years old, and she had a baby by a 13-year-old, which means that she had probably been sleeping with this 13-year-old when they were 12. And she is going to receive no jail time for what she did. Now, the young man's mother is outraged. I would be outraged as a parent as well that you got this predator who had access to her son. I'm not sure how this 30-year-old heifer knew this woman's son, but I'm not quite sure. Is it? It's a very baffling story. In this society, they do not care about young boys. They do not care about men. The fact that you have a 30-year-old woman, Andrea is a 30-year-old woman, now she's 31, who gave birth to a young boy, which is the irony of this, and she has full custody. And the crazy thing is that she's going to have to register as an offender. So you have a registered offender who has full custody of this baby. This is how society works. And she's going to get no jail time. No jail time. And it's because the DA dropped some of those charges, the charges that would have required her to go to jail. They felt sorry for her. You see, if it was a man, and the young boy's mother said it when she was interviewed, if that was a man who had gotten a 13-year-old pregnant, this would be a different story. You would have a lot more outrage. You'd have celebrities. You'd have politicians who have something to say. But because it's a woman, it's like, this is why you see so many teachers having relations with students. Now, this heifer, Andrea Serrano, is from Fountain, Colorado. You mean to tell me that the pickings are so slim for this moron that she's out here chasing behind preteens? See, this is why parents, you have to protect your children. You cannot just let the fact that it's a woman cloud how much you would, I would say, feel comfortable with them. Unfortunately, a lot of women are comfortable with other women. Now, again, I'm not quite sure of the connection here, right? Maybe y'all can tell me, but from what I've seen, they have not really put what the connection is. But the fact that this 30-year-old heifer had access to this young man. Now, this could be a 13-year-old that might be tall for his age, right? He may not seem like a 13-year-old, but he's a 13-year-old who's going to have to live with the fact that he's somebody's father. And the mother of this young boy is seeking primary custody. They should get it. This woman is a registered offender, and y'all gonna let her have full custody? I'm telling you right now, in this society, this is what they do. They want the children around the women because they know that there's a chance those children are going to come out wrecked. And that's how they are able to fill these jails. That's how we have the unbalanced, dysfunctional society that we have today, because children are being raised with weirdo women. Would not be surprised this woman has other children. These women know that there are no consequences for their actions. And because they know there's no consequences for their actions, they're going to keep doing this stuff. How many stories have we seen of teachers having relations with their students? How many stories? I've seen so many stories over the years. And the fact that these women get slaps on the wrist is only going to embolden them to do it more. That's what's going to happen here. This woman ain't getting no punishment because the state of Colorado did not feel like she should be put in jail. You know how many men have been put in jail for lesser? And the thing is that it shows you the double standards we have in society. This is why the red pill philosophy needs to exist. This is why men going their own way needs to exist, because we have been talking about this type of thing for years. And you got beta males, you got these angry, bitter, selfish heifers getting on social media trying to tell you that what we're saying is not true. It's bashing of women. Well, this woman, Andrea, needs to be bashed. I want to see your videos. I want to see your posts on this particular woman. That's why I'm doing it. This woman is a predator who needs to be in prison, because if it was a 30-year-old man who was dealing with a 13-year-old girl, I don't think that a lot of you would accept that. A lot of y'all would be outraged and angry. He needs to be put in prison forever. You see, men are the only ones who get punished for their actions. You see, women are getting more and more slaps on the wrist, and you wonder why men are checking out, especially in Western countries, why men are going overseas, why men want nothing to do with these American women. How can you blame them? This woman is such a deviant. This woman was so thirsty that it was in her best interest to have, and ain't no telling how long she's been having relations with this young boy. How long has she been having relations with him is what I want to know. Because I don't think this is something that just happened. This could have been something that had been going on for quite some time. That's why parents, you have to know who your children are around. You have to, especially when they are at that age, because you have a lot of these deviant women who are screwed up and mixed up in the head, who are going to go after your children. They're already trying to do it with all these drag shows. Like, they're trying to reprogram the next generation. And I will say this woman does not need to know what peace is. She needs to be held accountable every time she's in public. People need to hold her accountable. People need to let her know that she's a deviant and a loser, and she shouldn't even be able to raise this child. Do you know that boy is gonna have to pay child support at some point because she has primary custody? He's gonna have to pay child support. This woman is absolutely disgusting. This is a disgusting heifer, and there's other women just like her. There are other predators just like her. They love to put the predator tag on men, but some of the most deviant, the most weird predators are women. And the fact that society turns a blind eye to it, this story should be very much so viral. But there are going to be people who are not going to talk about it. There are going to be people that are going to ignore it. If you have children, especially sons, you should be speaking about this, and you should be really educating. I would say educating your children on the types of people not to get involved with, especially if they're under the age of 18. You shouldn't be dealing with nobody over the age of 18. And especially a 30-year-old woman who clearly misses being a high schooler or middle schooler, because she's out here going, where's she at? She at playgrounds? What does she have children that go to the same school? And she's looking. That's how crazy these women are. And y'all wonder why men in this country want nothing to do with these women. These women are so desperate for some sort of validation and attention that they have to go after the preteens. And this thing has been going on for years, but they want to put the predator label on men. If this was a 30-year-old man, this would not have happened. That man would have been incarcerated. He would have been incarcerated. The DA wouldn't be dropping down no charges. They would have been trying to get that person put in jail. Look how they go at R. Kelly. How much different of what she did is different than what R. Kelly did, except for R. Kelly has alleged to have slept with numerous under under 18 females. But I mean, what she did ain't no different. She got pregnant, and ain't no telling how long she had been with this boy. This, I'm telling y'all right now, the fact that there is not more outrage about this lets me know that this is how far we have fallen as a society, because we want to protect this westernized heifer who has done nothing but destroy. This Western heifer, like Andrea, has destroyed this country, and they're destroying other countries because y'all refuse to hold them accountable, because they're women. Women are just as dangerous as men. You got women setting up men to be robbed. You got women who are taking the lives of other people. I've just seen a video where a woman had set her boyfriend's apartment on fire. Like, these women are dangerous. I don't underestimate them. But you still got you Captain Saver heifers that want to act like these women aren't capable of destructive things. And when you give them slaps on the wrist, they're just going to do it even more. It's absolutely despicable what's going on with this woman. And this woman should be in prison. She should not be raising her abused baby father's child, because he was abused. She abused him. This woman should be in jail. But society doesn't want to hold women accountable, and y'all call me crazy. Y'all call other men crazy who've been calling out this behavior for years. This is the face of evil. This heifer, Andrea Serrano, she is the face of evil. So let me stay in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll see y'all in the next one.